News for nerds, stuff that matters. AMC Theaters allegedly calls FBI to interrogate a Google Glass wearer. Posted by unknown lamer on Tuesday, January 21, 2014. From the probable Russian spy department. An anonymous reader writes, a Google Glass user was interrogated without legal counsel for a couple of hours under suspicion that he may have been recording a film in the AMC movie theater. Although the matter could have been cleared in minutes, federal agents insisted on interrogating the user for hours. So long for our constitutional freedoms. Hours of being detained that could have been avoided if they had just searched his devices, which he repeatedly suggested they do. Eventually, after a long time, somebody came with a laptop and an USB cable, at which point he told me it was my last chance to come clean. I repeated for the 100th time, there is nothing to come clean about and this is a big misunderstanding. So the FBI guy finally connected my glass to the computer, downloaded all my personal photos and started going through them one by one, although they are dated and it was obvious there was nothing on my glass that was from the time period they accused me of recording. Then they went through my phone, and 5 minutes later they concluded I had done nothing wrong. Update 1st of the 22nd at 21:41 hours GMT by UL. The Columbus Dispatch confirmed the story with the Department of Homeland Security. The ICE and not the FBI detained the glass wearer, and there happened to be in pay a task force at the theater that night, who then escalated the incident. Let's now read out some comments made by users. Just trying to avoid a potential safety issue. Score 5, informative. He should have just explained that he wanted to read his texts without being shot. Reply to just trying to avoid a potential safety issue. Score 5, funny. I think this is what you call getting scroogled. Score 4, interesting. According to the article, he was told it was a voluntary interrogation. At that point, he should have just taken down the names of all the officers and movie theater staff and left. AMC is a terrible movie theater franchise. I carry my laptop in a backpack and get asked all the time to open my bag before going into an AMC theater. I always refuse, and they always bluster and threaten, but they still let me in. I don't mind having my bag searched as long as everybody's bag is being searched. I do mind being singled out for special handling. Other movie theater chains don't do this at all. AMC, I hope you get a ton of well-deserved bad press from this latest episode. Score 4, insightful. If they're so terrible, why do you keep going back there and arguing with them about your bag? You guys totally suck. You don't know how to run a business. Here, take my money. It's no wonder everything is going down the shitter in America these days. People just sit around on online forums and bitch and complain about stuff, but never actually do anything to force a change. They keep throwing their money at the same shitty companies, and keep voting for the same shitty politicians, and expecting things to improve somehow. Planned intimidation tactic, score 4, insightful. Law enforcement and government in general doesn't like when random citizens record things. It makes it harder to railroad people in courts afterwards if there is actual footage of an incident. So anyone using Google Glass can expect to be bullied and harassed whenever it can be done with a reasonable cause. And yes, law enforcement is not happy that just wearing something like that isn't grounds for it. But hey, do it in the movies and those Hollywood lobbied anti-piracy laws give them perfect justification. Reply to planned intimidation tactic, score 5, insightful. Oh come on. This is about someone who just could not put down recording device in environment in which it is big issue, and tries to use novelty of said device to his advantage. Police, etc. They are used to being recorded on cell phones or dash cams or security cameras or by eyewitnesses. This is nothing new for them. They do dislike it, but everyone does. There is another side of coin. The more footage of every person there is, the more opportunities you have to find something incriminating or blackmail worthy. I am not afraid of cops getting free pass on some assaults. I am afraid of future where anyone's life is easily pieced together from footage gathered from hundreds, thousands walking cameras, analyzed for weaknesses and exploited. Anytime you run afoul of little pointless law, Anytime you do something that can easily be taken out of context to vilify you, any secret you might want to keep secret. That is future glassholes are working to bring, and it is freaking nightmare. I am not afraid of cop dropping resisted or was uncooperative on me. I am afraid of some nice man visiting me with dossier on my life and explaining dozen different ways they can easily ruin various parts of it if I will not cooperate or if I will resist. I don't see how your example of blaming specifically Google Glass for this problem has anything to do with the current cache of thousands of walking cameras under government control. The nightmare of surveillance is already upon us. If Google Glass were pulled as a product tomorrow, the absence of glassholes will not guarantee an absence of abuse. The dossier man you fear can still come regardless. Ironically, the person wearing glass in a movie theater is being watched by several cameras at that time. Like I said, the abuse mechanisms are already in place, and you don't control any of them. To read this story, check the description for the link. Check out /.org for more articles. /. News for nerds, stuff that matters.